Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Muzzafuzza, and this is not my gameplay, this is xJawz's gameplay, and a lot of you guys wanted me to do another commentary with him. We did a dual commentary like 2 or 3 months back, I think, and we talked about YouTube drama, but I think we're going to be staying away from that today because our topic today is competitive gaming. So why don't you say hello, Jawz, and talk about what we're going to be commentating about today.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm xJawz, and today I wanted to talk to Muzzafuzza subscribers and some of my subscribers too about competitive gaming. And this is kind of a similar, there's kind of a similar issue with competitive gaming as there is with quickscoping, because a lot of these days, and I'm sure you notice this, you'll go into a public match and there'll be like a game-winning kill in Search and Destroy, and it'll be just some guy, you know, hard scoping. And hard scoping, because of YouTube, is so frowned upon these days, and I think that also because of YouTube, competitive gaming is frowned upon. And not only because, you know, you hear this term tryhard thrown around a lot, you're always hearing commentators, not always, but you do hear commentators politely bash competitive gaming in a sense. I've heard, and not that there's anything wrong with not liking competitive gaming, but like CNanos has said that you know, that entire arena doesn't, you know, interest him whatsoever, which I respect. But I think that a lot of people will like follow what some people say to a really far extent, and then just kind of bash these people who are into the competitive gaming and taking gaming a little bit more seriously. I think last commentary we both mentioned that like we're friends with like Wings of Redemption, and Wings of Redemption, he takes, and you know, he gets a ton of hate for what he does, but all that aside, he's just another person who takes gaming really seriously. And whether it be, you know, you're playing game battles, Major League Gaming, or just taking a public match seriously, I like to think that there's nothing wrong with it. And I think that, you know, some people, you like, if somebody even brings up that argument that I just did, then somebody else is just going to throw out this argument, it's just a game. But I guess to some people it's kind of more than a game, not in a sense that it's like their entire life. And I know I'm going on really long here, but what I wanted to talk about was just that, you know, competitive gaming really isn't all that bad, and I think that it's something that, you know, might interest a lot of the people who play public matches these days. You know what I mean?
Well, when you look at pub stars, which is like the people who, there's like people who care about their stats and care about winning, and they'll try to win every single game because they just want to do well. That's their whole goal. They don't care about care about flashy montage clips, and they don't care about no scoping or trick shots or anything like that. They just want to do well and be the best that they can be. And public matches are where they get their games. So I think the reason that you hear a lot of people complaining about tryhards and complaining about people who take it so competitively and seriously and really care about the win and really care about the kills is because when you look at it from a gaming standpoint, those are the people that, man, you're tearing up ass with this silent spaz, dude. But you look at it that way, and people who take competitive gaming seriously, if they want to do really well every game, they're not going to use shitty weapons. They're not going to use LMGs. They're not going to be quick scoping. And that's the problem that I run into is when I'm in a game versus a bunch of noobs, getting a good gameplay for YouTube commentary is really easy. I mean, like you can do really well, get all your air support, they won't shoot it down, things like that. And it's the same way with montage clips. It's a lot easier to get like trick shots and montage clips and quick scope streaks and things like that on people who aren't very good. And then you come into like against a clan or against someone who takes it really seriously, like they're using like an ump or in the worst case like one-man army noob tubes or something like that.
Yeah.
It just makes getting a gameplay harder, and a lot of people actually like there's different preferences. Some people like watching good games. Other people like watching games that are hard, like that you worked hard for the win. Like you're not just raping a bunch of noobs. Like, so my question to my subscribers is, like, what would you rather see? Would you rather see me do decently well against a team of people who are actually truly good, or would you rather see someone scraping face against a bunch of idiots? Like, what are your subscribers like more? I mean, you put out a lot of giant scores, kill streakless nukes, and obviously you're playing against like bad people when you get those scores, because how could you not be like you're not going to do that well against people who are on the same level as you are?
Yeah, there's the whole topic of, you know, playing against noobs and playing against good players, and that's what, you know, a lot of people don't even pay attention to. You can put up a game, and I don't want to get into the whole PS3 versus Xbox debate, but what you'll notice is there are a lot of lower levels usually when you play PS3, because people can make free accounts, and then like people can get really high scoring game against low level players. But if I were to post, let's say like an 80 and 20 game against Major League, like professional players who are, you know, like envious, people would be like, oh, that's not impressive, you know, like I saw, you know, G Unit put up a 95 and 2, you know, that's not. And
people would be like, that's only a 4.0 ratio. That's not that good. Like, people are so I think it's the air support because getting chopper gunner kills is so mindlessly easy. People are just so blinded by like what a good score is now compared to what it used to be. Blame Truth used to upload like 3.0, 4.0 games like on COD 4. And now it's like you can't upload a game if you have more than 5 deaths. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, he would be like bashed if he did something like that these days. Because I mean, I think that a lot of commentators, I mean you can upload a gameplay where you have like a negative kill death ratio, and you can get good ratings because you're about personality and whatnot, and then that goes into a whole different subject of like whether or not you're like known for your gameplay. Like somebody like Sandy Ravage, like you can't argue that he's not known for his gameplay because like he doesn't even do commentaries. And I think that's something that like people, like, you ask your subscribers, do you want to see the gameplays with like a really really high score against a bad player, or do you want to see like the pretty good score against better players? I don't know.
Well,
but
we talked about pubs. Do you want to talk about actual competitive gaming now, like game battles, or like what are your thoughts on? Have you played any GB or clan matches or anything like that?
Yeah, and I mean, I want to go into this like briefly. I don't want to like, because I know the commentary is coming to an end soon, but I'm not trying to brag in any way whatsoever. But I actually have played Pro Circuit Ladder for Call of Duty 4, and I placed top 8, which like officially like the announcers of Major League Gaming would consider you a semi-pro at the game. Like I can't call myself a professional, but I can call myself a semi-professional. And I just think that that's one of the reasons why I like to defend competitive gaming, because I don't know. There was one other thing I wanted to just say really quickly by the end of the commentary. A lot of people get annoyed, including myself, against these people who use UMPs and whatnot. And I think the difference between, like a tryhard and a pub star and an actual good player, like you can see people who are actually good players, like Blame Truth, use a UMP and get hated on. And I think like where you need to draw the line is, would this player do well without using the UMP, or do they depend on the UMP to do well? And I think that's why a lot of people get frustrated at these people who, depend on the UMP to get good gameplays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Well, some good points. If you guys have any other opinions, leave them in the comments below. If you like xJawz, I'll put his channel on the screen right now. And thanks for coming on, man.
No problem.